I talk about safety, and even when we think about we could get robbed or whatever, the first thought is not even your phone or your bag or your money. You first think about your person, and you think about rape, and you think about, the consequences of that, right? So in 2017, I had a brunch with campus students, and I invited a friend of mine who's also in the media, Janet Mbugua, and we streamed it live. And we were having conversations on sexual harassment, street harassment, the catcalling, and all of those things that we've normalized that should not be normal. Yeah. And once we streamed them live, then we got a lot of backlash. Well, not a lot, but one notable one, which said that they took a picture from that screening of myself and Janet and said, I in particular as Adelle, I am not attractive enough for somebody to willingly sleep with me, really, let alone rape me. And this was from a man who has some sort of influence online, all right? And so he's influencing a lot of people to not have a conversation about rape and sexual harassment and stuff, but made it about his personal preferences. Mm-hmm. And so that video was actually my statement in response to him. Because I think in his post, he said, pardon my ignorance or something like that. And I was like, I cannot pardon it, because women have been objectified and are still being objectified to date. We are not seen as beings. We're not seen as subjects in our own right, which is why even when good men stand up for us, they'll always say, imagine if that was your mother, imagine if that was your sister. I'm like, imagine she's a human being. Stop imagining. You don't have relative to round her off to you to understand that this is wrong, right? You should be able to do that regardless. And it's because of years of conditioning of women are never their own. Our bodies are never our own. It's rounded off to our fathers, to our brothers, to the uncle, to the husband, to the husband's male relatives. You know that. Exactly. Yes. And it's never our bodies. And so for me, when we're talking about ending rape and ending rape culture, we've got to do it from both ends. We've got to take care of the survivors, but we've also got to have those candid conversations to make sure we stop having more so survivors. That we don't have that conversation continuing.
Because you said in the video that rape is not about sex. It is all about objectification, power, and control, and it is a crime of violence.
It is. It's not about sex. So for me, that was important to bring out, because the attack was trying to make it about sex. And I was like, no, this is a crime of violence. It's about power. It's about objectification. It's about control. There is an article that Timothy Njoya Reverend did a couple of years ago, where he went into a prison and he talked to actual rapists who are behind bars. And one of them is an old man who raped his son's daughter.
It's a grandchild.
His grandchild. And he said he did it because he wanted to show his son that he is a man. Because his son was now doing well. He had gotten a car and whatever. And so I don't know what was happening with him. And so his first thought was to reestablish his control, his power, was to rape his grandchild. So it's not about sex.